The other thing I wanted to ask you about was the blockchain space. I know you've not always been a huge fan. Obviously, we've seen some big IPOs happening this year. Circle, the stablecoin provider. It seems like Ethereum is the new darling of Wall Street because I guess it's going to power a lot of these stablecoin rails. Obviously, the Bitcoin ETF and the Ethereum ETF is now getting very popular. Just curious your thoughts on that, and also just your thoughts on stablecoins. It even thinks that Jamie Dimon seems to be at least turning the corner, or at least admitting that his customers can have what they want, whether he agrees with it or not. Just curious what you see. Obviously, the Trump family quite heavily involved in this space. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, the blockchain technology has been around since the 1980s, works just fine. I mean, I think you have to separate blockchain technology as a ledger from all the things that are being put on the blockchain. So yeah,
Yeah.
blockchain works just fine. Probably is the future of a lot of record keeping, et cetera. It already is. It's sort of already playing that role. Very easy to hack, by the way. I did some work for the U.S. Special Operations Command when ISIS was using Bitcoin as one of their currencies. They had Bitcoin and gold. It was kind of interesting. They were at the two ends of the spectrum, but it's a lot easier forensically to hack than people realize. So I'll leave it at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But beyond that, uh, what can I say? I still don't see the use case. Now, by the way, I'm not a technophobe. I read Nakamoto's paper, in 2009 when it came out. I've been in 100 Bitcoin debates, always win, et cetera. But the so I understand the technology and the applied mathematics. What I never understood was the use case. Like what is it? What's it good for, in other words? And so I finally figured it out, and that kind of put my mind at ease. The best metaphor, it's more than a metaphor, it's a casino chip. So I walk into a casino, I put $1,000 down on the roulette table, croupier gives me my chips. I gamble, I can make money or lose money, etc. When the night's over, I take my chips to the cashier, get my money, and walk outside, and I can buy myself a cup of coffee. But if I walk out with the chips, I can't buy anything. Those chips have no value outside the casino. So cryptocurrencies have value as trading tokens inside the crypto world casino, but they don't have any use case outside. Like when you go through a portal and get your dollars back, yeah, you can spend the dollars, but you can't spend the Bitcoin. The vast majority, almost all the tether that's purchased is used to buy other cryptocurrencies. So what people do, they buy tether, then they spend the tether to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana or one of the other cryptocurrencies, et cetera. And then when they cash out, they go back to tether. So tether is kind of like the holding tank, if you will, in crypto world. But you're still in crypto world. I love the fact that, have you, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen a graphical representation of Bitcoin that was not a gold coin with like a B in it?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But that's my point. It's like,
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside I view is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the investment club.
oh, that's interesting. Your logo is a gold coin. Well, it says something about gold if you ask me. But getting back to the cryptos themselves, so I do think that the gambling metaphor holds up. You are in crypto world. You're not outside. You have to go through a portal and get back to dollars to get there. But stable coins in particular are extremely dangerous. And here's why. A stable coin, so how does it work? So I give you dollars, could be euros or whatever, but I give you dollars, you give me stable coins, I hold them somewhere, whatever, you get into wallets and exchanges and all that good stuff. But I hold them somewhere. They pay no interest, and I can use it for whatever I want. I can move money around, and then at some point, and maybe I cash them in. What does the sponsor do with the dollars, that I gave them to get the stable coin? Well, no one actually knows.
Well,
Now,
with
what
the
they're
Genius Act, they have to hold now treasuries, right?
Yeah, it's brand new, and let's see how it plays out. But
Yeah.
you're right.
Tether doesn't have to comply for a couple of years. So,
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, nice grandfather. So the truth is none of these have been audited, none of them. We don't know what they have. Now, a well-run, well-sponsored stable coin should buy short-term treasury bills. You buying high-grade commercial paper, well, that failed in 2007. Just ask, General Electric about that. But let's just say, first of all, you could steal all the money and it could just be the biggest, a particular stablecoin could be the biggest Ponzi in history if you just stole all the money. I'm not alleging that. I'm not saying anyone did it. I'm just saying it wouldn't be hard, and it wouldn't surprise me someday if that one pops up. Okay, but let's assume that the sponsors are legitimate. What's in it for them? Hey, this is as close as you can get to free money, Brian. So I take your money, I pay you nothing. I invest in treasury bills and I keep all the revenue, and my operating costs are really low because it's all digital, highly scalable. I make all this free money. I mean, why wouldn't you sponsor a stablecoin if you could, right?
yeah, it's a great business model. And
It's a great business model while it lasts, but basically you keep all the money and pay the investor nothing. That's a good model. But what happens when there's a classic run on the bank? And they've been happening since at least the uh, at least the 15th century with the Bardi and Peruzzi banks in Milan during just ahead of the Black Death. Um, but everyone wants their money back at once. Well, now if you're the sponsor, assuming you're legitimate, you're not the Ponzi, you haven't moved to Mallorca, but if you're legitimate, you got to sell those treasury bills to get the dollars to pay the people who want their money back. What are the odds you're going to break the buck when there's that much selling going on? Very high. This happened. Now, this happened to regulated money market funds in October 2008. They broke the buck, and the Fed bailed them all out. The Fed bailed out the bond market in Silicon Valley Bank in March 2023. So,
Yeah.
and they bailed out the FDIC insurance bailed out all the uninsured depositors. So when you have a real honest to goodness run on the bank, there better be a Fed or an FDIC or somebody behind it to basically provide the liquidity that the sponsors and the holders and the banks don't have because everyone's selling the same thing at once. That structure does not exist in the stablecoin market. You don't have FDIC insurance. The Fed does not back the sponsor. And they're going to break the buck, and no one's going to get their money, and they're going to shut their doors, and that's going to then feed into the legitimate banking sector. So I'm looking for, I'll call it the mother of all runs on the bank, starting in the stablecoin market with no government backstop, and they're not going to be able to improvise one very quickly.
That's a very good point. And it's hard to argue with a lot of those points for sure. What do you make of things like Robinhood, Jim? Because when you and I were in the markets in the '90s, there really wasn't this retail investor that could move markets. As we saw with the meme stocks, and also had enough capital where they were as significant players as some of the institutionals. And yet it seems like with Robinhood and companies like that, there is this new breed. Maybe they consider themselves professional traders, but they're not, what we remember, like you said, dad around the kitchen table looking through the Wall Street Journal back pages. Is that a new type of investor to keep your eye on? Do they act differently than other investors, or are they dwarfed by the big institutions?
Well, if I can paraphrase Marianne Faithfull, if there was a financial crisis and I wasn't there, it didn't happen. So I've seen every single one of them.
I know.
There's nothing, there's nothing new. I mean, a new technology a little bit, but no, they're just a new round of suckers, and they'll find out the hard way when the whole thing breaks.
Okay. But did they act a little bit differently than the traditional retail that would listen to what your broker said, and then the hedge fund guys that would do what they want to do? Is it a kind of a different force out there?
Maybe a different source, not a different force. I would say it's the same mentality, get rich quick, something for nothing. Whether you're listening to traditional Wall Street research or you're registered investment advisor or, what's the guy, I want to say Hello Kitty, but what's it called? he calls himself a crypto kitten or I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
There's some guy out there, the meme stock guy. Sorry,
I know him. I don't remember his name though. I don't follow him.
I'll call him Hello Kitty.
Okay.
Yeah, the point is, the source of the information or the prompt may be different, but the behavioral psychology is the same.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing in crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.